She stood in front of the mirror and pulled at the waistband of her jeans. They fit 6 months ago. Nothing about her routine had changed. Same breakfast, same walks, same yoga class. Her routine was the same, but her body had changed. Her waist felt softer, her stomach rounder, her sleep lighter, her patience thinner. And what scared her most wasn't the weight. It was the feeling that her body no longer belonged to her. Menopause doesn't just shift hormones, it shifts identity. For decades, your body responded predictably. Eat less, move more, you'd lean out. Train consistently, you'd feel tight, capable, strong. Then somewhere between 45 and 55, it stops responding. The fat moves to your abdomen. Your hips narrow. Your muscle softens. You wake up at 3 a.m. for no reason. You do everything right, and nothing moves. Doctors call it normal. Friends say it's aging. But here's what's really happening. Your estrogen declines. And when estrogen declines, your entire metabolic architecture shifts. Estrogen isn't just a reproductive hormone. It regulates insulin sensitivity. It influences where fat is stored. It supports mitochondrial function. It affects cortisol response. It helps maintain muscle mass. When estrogen drops, your body enters a protective mode. Visceral fat increases, especially around the belly. Not because you failed, because your biology is trying to create hormonal stability from stored fat. Fat tissue produces small amounts of estrogen, so your body stores more of it. This is survival programming. But in modern life, survival programming looks like weight gain. Fat loss during menopause is not about discipline. It's about signaling. And if the signals are distorted, no amount of willpower fixes it. Right now, quietly, in functional medicine clinics and longevity practices, a new approach is emerging. Not crash diets, not stimulant fat burners, not harsh hormonal manipulation. Peptides. Small biological messengers that don't force your body. They guide it. They don't override your system. They adjust the signal. Today, we're breaking down 3 peptides that are being explored for midlife female fat loss: Ipamorelin, Retatrutide, and MOTS-C. Not hype, not miracle claims, just biology. And by the end of this, you'll understand why menopause weight gain feels impossible to fight and what's actually happening underneath it. Let's start with growth hormone. Most women don't realize that growth hormone declines sharply with age, especially during and after menopause. Growth hormone helps mobilize fat. It preserves lean muscle. It improves sleep depth. It supports collagen and connective tissue. It assists recovery. When it drops, fat loss slows dramatically. Ipamorelin gently stimulates your pituitary gland to release growth hormone again. Not artificially, not aggressively. In natural pulses. This matters because menopausal sleep disruption worsens fat gain. Poor sleep increases cortisol. Cortisol promotes abdominal fat storage. Ipamorelin often improves sleep first. And when sleep improves, cortisol stabilizes. When cortisol stabilizes, belly fat becomes less stubborn. Women using Ipamorelin often notice reduced puffiness, deeper rest, slightly firmer muscle tone. It's not dramatic, it's restorative. It feels like your body begins cooperating again. But here's the truth. Ipamorelin is foundational. It restores hormonal rhythm. It doesn't aggressively remove fat. For that, appetite and insulin signaling must be addressed. That's where Retatrutide enters. Retatrutide acts on 3 pathways simultaneously. It reduces hunger, improves how your body processes nutrients, and increases energy expenditure. For menopausal women struggling with constant cravings and blood sugar swings, this can feel transformative. Appetite quiets. Portion sizes shrink naturally. Insulin sensitivity improves, and fat loss begins. But there's a caution here. Menopausal women are already vulnerable to muscle loss. Estrogen protects muscle tissue. When estrogen declines, muscle breakdown accelerates. If appetite is suppressed too aggressively, protein intake drops. Without resistance training and sufficient protein, muscle loss occurs. And muscle loss slows metabolism further. Retatrutide is powerful. It works. But it requires structure and strength training to prevent unintended muscle loss. Now let's go even deeper. Because menopause fat gain isn't only hormonal, it's mitochondrial. Mitochondria are the energy engines inside your cells. Estrogen supports mitochondrial efficiency. When estrogen declines, mitochondrial function weakens. This leads to reduced fat oxidation, lower energy production, greater insulin resistance. MOTS-C is a peptide encoded in your mitochondrial DNA. It activates AMPK, your metabolic master switch. AMPK tells your cells to burn stored fuel, improve insulin sensitivity, increase energy production. Women using MOTS-C often report steadier energy, fewer crashes, reduced cravings, and easier body recomposition. This isn't appetite suppression, it's metabolic recalibration. MOTS-C helps restore metabolic flexibility, the ability to switch between carbs and fat for fuel. During menopause, that flexibility often disappears. Rebuilding it changes everything. Now here's what most conversations leave out. Peptides amplify direction. If sleep is chaotic, instability increases. If strength training is absent, muscle disappears. If protein is inadequate, metabolism slows. These compounds support biology. They don't replace foundations. Smart use means sequencing. Restore sleep and hormonal rhythm first. Rebuild metabolic flexibility next. Only then consider stronger appetite intervention. If this level of explanation feels different from typical menopause advice, subscribe to Midlife Peptide Intelligence. This channel exists because women deserve biological clarity, not diet culture. Here's the deeper question. For decades, women were told their bodies were the problem. Too soft, too hormonal, too emotional. Menopause exposes something powerful. Your body isn't broken, it's adapting. The fat around your abdomen isn't betrayal, it's protection. Understanding that changes the narrative. Ipamorelin restores hormonal rhythm. Retatrutide reshapes metabolic signaling. MOTS-C repairs cellular efficiency. 3 layers: hormonal, metabolic, mitochondrial. This isn't about chasing your 25-year-old body. It's about supporting your 45 or 50-year-old biology intelligently. If you want structured, science-driven peptide education for women navigating midlife. Subscribe to Midlife Peptide Intelligence. Menopause is not the end of performance. It's a transition in signaling. And when you understand the signal, your body starts making sense again.